Welcome back. Today I'm going to share a recipe for Barbadine Punch, and Barbadine is a huge fruit. It's also called giant granadilla, and it's used to make drinks. You can also make ice cream with it as well. And this is not very common throughout the year, so I was very lucky to find it. So I figured I'd do a recipe for you guys. This is one of my favorite drinks. So I'm gonna enjoy this with some pilau that I made today. So these are all the ingredients you'll need to make the Barbadine Punch. And this is a Barbadine, and you want to make sure that it's ripe. It'll look kind of yellow on the outside, and it will be soft when you touch it. So you have to be careful when you're handling it. And I picked this up at the market yesterday. So I just left it to sit overnight, and I'm gonna make it now. So I'll leave all the exact measurements and ingredients in the description box below for you guys, so go check that out. The next thing I have here is some cinnamon, some vanilla essence, some condensed milk, carnation milk, full cream milk, and some Angostura bitters. And whatever else that I'm going to be using, I will leave it in the description box below. And this is also called giant granadilla. And it's a very exotic fruit in Trinidad. You don't see it all the time. It's like usually in season. So you would see it sometimes at the market. And it's a really delicious drink. It's one of my favorites. So that's why I'm going to share it with you guys. So keep watching to see how I make this really delicious drink. Okay, so we're going to peel the Barbadine now. And this is going to expose the flesh, which we're going to use to do the juice or the punch, and it has a really nice scent. If you've ever had Barbadine, you'll know how good it tastes. And you can make this into ice cream, or even you can put it into like ice blocks and freeze it. So once it's peeled now, I'm gonna cut it in half. And this sack on the inside, you just want to take it and put it into a separate bowl. And you just want to try to get this little membrane here out, and the soft pulp is what we're going to use to make the juice. So you can just take your hands and kind of try to mash it up. And this membrane, you just discard it. Okay, so the little bag of seeds that we pulled out from the middle of the Barbadine, I'm kind of gonna burst it, and I'm gonna add a little bit of water, and you just want to kind of mix it to get all the flavors out. Okay, so once you mix the water in this and you really squeeze all the seeds and you kind of get all the good stuff out, now we're going to strain it into the pulp. And make sure you squeeze it good so you can get everything out. Okay, so now you're going to add your pulp to your blender, and you want to puree it until it's nice and smooth. So once your Barbadine mixture is nice and smooth, now we're gonna add all the milk and everything to it. So just pour it into something big enough that you could work with to mix all the ingredients. So the first thing I'm gonna add is the carnation milk. Then I'm just gonna add about half of this condensed milk, and then I'll taste it to see if it needs any more. So just mix it well to incorporate everything together. And I'm gonna add the full cream milk, and this is just to kind of thin out the punch a little bit. Now add some essence. You could add almond essence as well. A little dash of cinnamon. You don't have to add this. And you could use a whisk to kind of get the clumps out if you want. And a small dash of Angostura bitters. So I just tasted it and it needs a little bit more condensed milk. So I'm gonna add some more. And the cinnamon, it's optional. I like to add cinnamon, but if you don't want to add any, you don't have to. You can also add nutmeg if you want. And if you're diabetic, you could substitute condensed milk with something else, maybe honey, or you could just omit that completely. And you can also use sugar in place of condensed milk. So once you mix everything well, now just put it in a mug and leave it to chill for about 1 to 2 hours until it's really nice and cold. And then serve it with a lot of ice because it tastes really good cold.